Hey everyone, it's Michael Valtos, and this is the Orderflows market analysis for July 10, 2017, is Monday. Equities were pretty much unchanged. We're off our all-time highs, and we're coming into earnings season. Pepsi, JPMorgan, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, and others are reporting this week. And also, what you have this week is Janet Yellen talking to Congress on Wednesday. It's their semi-annual monetary policy report. And also tomorrow on Tuesday, you got Lael Brainard giving a speech basically talking about the normalization of central bank balance sheets. Crude oil was up about 0.5%. S&P is pretty much unchanged. There are some decent numbers coming out later in the week, but I think it's just a slow beginning, and we're waiting to see how earnings come out. So first, a brief disclaimer. This presentation is for educational and informational purposes only, should not be considered a solicitation to buy or sell a futures contract or making any other type of investment decision. Futures trading contains substantial risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more than the initial investment. Risk capital is money that could be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Only those with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Now, the tools I use in this presentation are the Orderflows Trader Volume Footprint Chart and the Delta Scalper. Let's jump into it. First, I said, it was kind of a quiet day, not a whole heck of a lot really to talk about, but there was still some, I'll say interesting things. There were still some trading opportunities, I think, in some of these markets. So, we'll start with the interest rates, and this is the 5 years. Again, we had our high around just before 7 in the morning, started selling off, boom, boom, boom. Get down here to the swing low, start rallying back up. You got these 2 zero prints in there. Market's moving pretty quick. And, well, when I say market's moving pretty quick, what I'm talking about is got some very aggressive buying happening very quick. When you see zero prints like that, treat them, as gaps, right? And, you trade them the way you would trade a normal gap. You also have the Delta Scalper kicking off. So, the market is shifting from a supply-driven market to aggressive buying, a demand-driven market coming in. And, if your gap, if you understand how to trade gaps, look for a pullback into that gap as a buying opportunity. So you got Delta Scalper giving you a sign there, and you have what I consider a gap in the bar right here. And what happens in the next bar, you pop up, then after that you come right down, fill that gap, and then you rally up to new highs. So this was a decent trading opportunity. You can have very, very low risk. You can be buying it right in here. So you got a bullish signal. You got a gap in here. Look for a pullback to that gap and for a move back up. Now, where's the move going to stop? I don't know. Okay, but I'm telling you, you got a low risk buying opportunity there. Manage your trade from here. You see, you got a big selling imbalance there. That's obviously not a good sign. If you're managing your trade before it's sold off here. But this was a nice buying opportunity. The next one is in the bonds. Interesting thing in the order flow is, so what I call it, this double bottom, kind of this double bottom. Well, it's not a bottom, but it's a double swing low, and it's right here. So we came off from our high. We had the divergence, no ratio in the next bar. In fact, it's a bullish ratio. Delta Scalper giving a sell, but it's a green bar, so you really shouldn't be looking at taking it, even though eventually it did work. I don't like taking sells on green bars, but you come down here to the swing low. This is the price rejector giving a buy. You got a bullish ratio, and then you hit that low again a second time, and you got less volume. And to me, it's always a key. When every time you test a low or a high, whether it's a swing high or a swing low, watch the volume. It's going to be very telling. A lot of people leave out volume in their analysis, but that's a big mistake. And what it's telling you is there's less interest down here. Even if you're just looking at this bar compared to this bar, the bar with the 109.8 versus the bar with 44.6, everything is just like a shade less, almost half less, 24, 892, 439, 962, 290. Even on the offer side, 1137 versus 668, 493 against 267. So on the second time you come down to test that low, there's less trading, there's less volume going through. So, traders aren't interested at these price levels anymore. You have almost less than half of the activity that you had on the first bar, and that's a very bullish sign in this case because it's a double bottom. It's a very telling sign of what can happen to this market. It's telling you it's coming down back to this low, but there's less activity occurring down there, and what happens is the market turns around and we rally rally up to the swing high with this ratio up here, and then we sell off again. Now, the next market I'll talk about is Nasdaq. Just give me a sec, get the Nasdaq chart up. And again, I'm just going to talk about one thing on this chart, Delta Scalper. Nasdaq was all over the place today. It was nice. It's becoming a nice contract to trade. Just take it from the cash open. Honestly, from the cash open, Nasdaq, mini Dow, that's the time you should be looking to trade it. Really quick though. Again, if you're on I gave a webinar on Friday with Investor Inspiration. It's probably it's up on YouTube, I believe. I'll try and get a link to it and get it out to people. But one of the things I talked about in there was these swing lows or lows of the day, or highs of days and swing highs, where you get point of control right at the extreme. It's very bullish, and here you got it happening right on your low of the days at 8:08 in the morning. Look at that, boom! You got a bullish ratio. You got people stuck in the market, 265. You got a big selling imbalance down there, and what happens is the market just freaking rallies right off of that. But again, that happened just before cash opened, and for me, I personally prefer to trade I'll say these smaller indices, but things like mini Dow and Nasdaq during the cash session. S&P is fine; you can trade it before the cash session. There's decent volume, but even if you just look here, the volume is just lesser. But I know people that like to trade it starting at 7. So again, it's a personal choice. I just find the signals to be truer when you got more liquidity. But anyway, I'm just going to look at the Delta Scalper here this morning. This is NQ. So okay, 8:30 right on the cash open. You get a sell there, but you got to be very quick. It sells off right down to the low of the day where you had that point of control right on the bottom. Rallies back up. Delta Scalper gives a sell. This one doesn't work out. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Then boom, you get the swing high. You get Delta Scalper gives a sell there. It's a nice move. Lower, lower, lower. Delta Scalper buy, but it's a red candle. Don't take buys on red candles. The market's still going lower. If anything, you should be fading those. You get a buy, a blue, you get a buy signal on a red candle, get short. It's why is because what you're seeing in the bar changed really late in the bar. That's why I'm not advising it. What you're getting is it's reading delta. It's not reading price. Okay, that's why when we created the indicator, the tool, we didn't take price into account or price action of the bar. Rather, we just take in pure delta. But so to be getting long on a bar that can't close higher than where it opened is not a good sign, and it's telling you that late in the bar that selling came in. And the reason it has a positive delta is because it was done early. There was decent volume traded in the bar early on the offer side. That's causing the positive delta. But for whatever reason in the bar, things changed and selling came in, and came in very fast. The bar closed out, and you made you close lower, and you often will keep going lower. So any more signals here? No. It's only 9 o'clock here on this chart. It's an 8 range chart. I'm just looking for the Delta Scalpers on here. Someone messaged me saying it was great today, so I want to show you guys here. Here, just off the high, you got to sell. Then sold off, hit the swing lows, buy signal, rallied up. Hit this high here. Got to sell. Just went sideways though before it rallied, made a new high. Then swing low here, gives a buy, and you just shoot straight up here. This is 56.98. Gosh, we went all the way up here to 50, above 5,700. 57.11 rather. So anyway, then we sold off. That's it, selling imbalance. Then we closed for the day. So again, I showed that chart because someone messaged me saying, "Hey, it was really great today on the Nasdaq." What are the markets I look at? Okay, just really quick. This is the Delta Scalper on the Eurocurrency chart. He had one sell here. Yeah, they go down. Yeah, a little bit. This one it's a sell, but it's on a green candle. I'm not interested. And you got to buy on a red candle. So not much in the Eurocurrency. It's kind of a quiet day in the Eurocurrency most of the morning. Okay, we'll look at the E-minis. This is the 4 range. So here's cash open. We got the low. Nothing. It's kind of just goes sideways. It just sort of hangs around the opening, not the the opening price. This yellow line, it's actually orange, but it looks yellow, is the opening price. And every time I see the market just sort of hang around that opening price, especially after the cash open, it's just telling me at that time there's just not much interest in the market. We're just hanging around. I don't say unchanged, but it's Sunday night when it reopens, and we're just hanging around that price coming into the day session. The cash session is not a great sign at that moment. Really what you want to look for is, a solid move away in either direction, either to the upside or to the downside. Even here, you got the Delta scalper giving you a sell. It's just right above that opening price. And yeah, it sells off over the next bar, but then it rallies right back up. Here you get a Delta scalper giving a sell. And again, it sells off like 3 ticks. And then you get a Delta scalper giving a buy. Again, I'd rather be looking for moves away from, an area of congestion rather than a move back into an area of congestion. And this one, it's a better move, right? So you got 2 moves here. You got to sell, you got to buy. Which would you rather take, And again, at this point where it was, I don't remember what the volume profile looked like, but I can imagine at this time your value area is probably somewhere up in here, value area high somewhere here. And again, what would you rather take? Would you rather take a move back into your value area or a move away from the value area? You got more, personally, I think you got more profit potential on a move away from value area, because what the market can do is it's going to look for a new value area rather than, once you start trading back into your value area, yeah, you can get a move to the other side of the value area, but chances are you're just going to rotate around value. So, even though this buy signal is a little bit lower, like a point lower, I think this one's got more potential than a move back into your value area and rotating around value. I'd rather look for the move away from value, and you get it here. It rallies up towards the high, comes off, goes sideways, eventually hits the high again, and later makes a new high. Now you got a new high up here. You got the Delta scalper giving a sell. And it's coming into the cash close already. It's around 250, 240. Take it for what you will. I don't like to play around the cash close, but if you took this one, yeah, it was a nice one, lower, but honestly, I'd just rather stay away from the cash close. Okay, just really quick, this is the E-mini 10 range chart, and you had a ratio and divergence here. It didn't sell off, it just went a little bit lower, but again, it's one of those things. It's very interesting, this high here, this bar, this previous bar closed at 1105, and this bar here at this high closed at 217. So you went from 11 to 12, 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 3 hours, traded 170,000 contracts, over 170,000. And you're stuck in a bar. It's a 10 range chart. If you're looking at a 5-minute chart, I think I got a 5-minute chart here. It's just a normal bar chart. But if you're looking at a normal bar chart here, you're trading here to here, and there's nothing. There's no signs of anything. That's why I prefer a range chart. Because you just spend 3 hours trading in basically a 2-point range, 2.5-point range. Even though you got a signal, you do get a ratio and divergence. Next bar, you finally come out of it, and it just rallies back up really quick, make that new high. When the bar, after you've been in a bar for a long time, and the bar comes right back opposite direction, it's usually got a little bit more to that move to go. You do make that new high, and then you sell off here. So, this was an interesting high. I said it took a long time for this bar to form. It took 3 hours, and the volume is very heavy. And I said you got out of it, pushed a little bit lower, then came right back really quick, which is a sign to me that the market can go a little bit higher. We got about a point higher before we sold off. Okay, so thanks for watching this presentation. To learn more about the trading software used in this presentation and how you can profit from order flow, visit my website, orderflows.com. To learn more about the Delta Scalper, go to deltascalper.com. So thanks. And I didn't talk about crude, honestly. I didn't really see much happening in the crude today. Screw it. I'll just show you the chart really quick. Crude going back to 5 o'clock. Yeah, the Delta Scalper gave a sell there. The market sold off. So low here, nothing, no reason down here in the order flow. It's just, a market is at this point just doing what it's supposed to do. It's just trading, your normal numbers. Delta Scalper gave a sell here, did kind of go nowhere before it sold off. Rallies up. No clear signs necessarily in the order flow this morning. There were some more advanced techniques, but I don't want to get into that right now. So it's just kind of a quiet morning. Come back up here to your high. Nothing on this high is in terms of the order flow. There's this 420. You got some heavy volume up here. With this, that's why you got that strong delta. It doesn't really come off, just goes sideways, rallies back up here. You got divergence, then the market sells off, and it just really picks up, accelerates here on the selling. 170, 800. Some strong numbers, 400, and then 1,000 before you sort of hit your swing low. Then it starts building up again, strong positive deltas, and you just go sideways until the close. So not much in the crude this morning to really get excited about. So anyway, guys, I'll end it for now, and thanks for watching this, and I hope to have the room back up, the trading room back up. Should be up on Tuesday. Had some issues with the trading host, but hopefully I think it got it solved. So thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.